Please welcome to Money Musings Live with me, Eloise, the Money Alchemist. I'm just going to send out some notifications so people can actually hear and see what's going on. Let me just have a little look here. Send that out. That looks good. Send now. Okay, so today's Money Musings is all about fear and stuckness and how it can show up for us and how it impacts money and how money impacts it. So I've been having a lovely chat online with someone about feeling stuck and also feeling fear around taking action. So fear is something really, really powerful. We all know that. Fear can literally paralyze us. But what I want to say to you about fear is it's this thing, and I had it when I had my operation as well, like right before and leading up to it, I had so much fear in my head. And it was really, really noisy. Hello, lovely, nice to see you. It was really, really noisy, okay? And this is when we're this side of what it is that we're scared of doing, we have a lot of noise in our head. But I don't know about you. Hello! I don't know about you. But whenever I've taken that step that I'm scared of, when I get to the other side, there's nothing in my head. And most of the time, my head isn't even saying, yay, well done, Eloise, you did it. It's just like, yeah. And so all that noise that was going on before the event makes you think that it's this huge, huge thing. But you get to the other side of it and it's like on to the next thing. So fear is, I don't want to say fear isn't real. Fear is real. And it's really important that we feel fear and that we think about fear and that we're thinking about what we're doing. But it's also important that we don't let it hold us back, especially when it comes to making money, okay? Because I know this can really suck, but if you make a mistake with money, you can make it back. But you can't get back the time you spent paralyzed in fear. Like, you just can't. The way we operate with time here on earth, we can't buy that back. But we can get more money. And most of the time, the worst case scenario doesn't happen. Most of the time, the best case scenario doesn't happen. Most of the time, it's somewhere in the middle. But our brains naturally go to that irrational, absolutely right, lovely. Fear is irrational. It goes to an irrational place where it's playing through all these disaster movies, okay? Fear can stop you making money. It can stop you doing something. It can stop you before you've even started. And I always say, don't let the start stop you. That's so important. So when we start working on money, it can be really, really scary. And it's scary for a number of reasons. But the first and most important one is you've not known any different. Fear is designed to keep you in that beautiful, warm, safe comfort zone. Okay? And what you're feeling is your attempt to step out of your comfort zone. What you're feeling is what growth feels like. Okay? And I honestly don't know if it gets easier. I still get fear when I'm doing new things. I still get doubt that what I'm doing isn't what people want, despite all the evidence to the contrary. But what I'm doing is noticing, oh, there goes my fear. My fear is chat, 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 chat. And I know that once I've done it, there's not going to be anything. Okay, so I don't think it gets easier. I think you just get better at dealing with it. And sometimes fear, sometimes, particularly for people who work in feminine energy, fear creates a stuckness. And we interpret that as, oh, but that's probably a sign that I shouldn't be doing this. I'm not in flow. I'm going to sit in my feminine energy and not take that action, which is masculine. Action tends to be a masculine kind of phrase, and sitting in the energy is more of a feminine phrase. So we can often combine the two and convince ourselves that now is just not the right time to write that post for social media. That now is not the right time to launch that program. Now is not the right time to apply for another job. Okay, but that is that is procrastination at its best. Procrastination is fear convincing you that it's real and taking your mind off things so that you don't think about doing it, you think about doing everything else, okay? And what that looks like for us is invisibility, okay? I work with lots of lovely people and I don't see you on Facebook. I don't see you on Insta. I don't see you on TikTok. Now, that might be because you've got a different marketing strategy, but when we actually talk about it, what I find is people go, yeah, but I'm scared. I'm scared to post, or I'm just not feeling like I want to market my business at the moment. But here's the thing, lovely. If you want more money to come into your business or into your life, you have to be visible, even if it's applying for a promotion at work. They're not just going to give a promotion to someone who is just ticking along. They want to see that person. They want to see you adding value. Okay, so this works whether you're in business or not. Okay, and this is kind of a bit of a hashtag hard truth, I think. That voice in your head that's telling you, I'm going to sit in my feminine energy, taking actions really masculine, I'm not feeling it. They're a liar. That voice in your head is a liar, okay? They are trying to keep you safe. It's your fear. They're trying to keep you safe in your little bubble. So how do you overcome it without going all out hustle and grind? Because if you're anything like me, lovely, hustle and grind makes me ill. Hustle and grind makes me feel stressed. It makes me feel anxious. It knocks my sleep out. It knocks my eating out. Hustle and grind is not for me. So how do I overcome that fear? Well, I work with a coach. Right? That always helps. Even coaches need coaches. In fact, I would say especially coaches need coaches. And what we do is, I've chosen a specifically masculine coach because I am specifically feminine in my approach to my business. And we have learned to work together over getting on for about 8 months now. And what we do is he gives me the action and we negotiate on the approach. Sometimes we negotiate. And so what I do is I say to him, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. And he says, right, do this. And by him telling me to do that, he's taken the masculine decision making out of it. Do you know what I mean? So then all I've got to worry about is how do I deliver that? The creativity. How do I deliver that? How do I do what he says? So at the moment, you'll notice on my private profile, I'm sharing stuff about me because I was like, oh, I don't think people want to know about me. I'm just going to hide that side of me. And you know what? I hate to say it, but he was right. He was like, just do it. Just do it. And I did it. And it has been wonderful. Now, you might think, oh, but I'm not in the right energy to share my stuff at the moment. And I totally get that. But top tip for me is I connect with money using the visualization. If you haven't got it, let me know. I'll send you the link. It's only like £17, but if you want it, I can send the link over. And here's the other thing that I do. Star jumps. I don't know where I learned this. I think it was a military thing. But I'm not going to do them now because obviously I can't bounce. But I will do 10 star jumps before I'm like, right, I'm going to go and I'm going to write that post. Star jumps, any type of exercise actually changes your physiology. Your mind is the mind-body connection, the body-mind connection. So if your mind is not connecting to your body, then get your body to connect to your mind. 10 star jumps. Honestly, the biggest transformation happens when you do 10 star jumps. If you can't do 10 star jumps, go for a 10-minute brisk walk. Like really, really walk that stuff out. When you're in your body, your mind it's off doing that. It's not even processing because you're like 10 star jumps, 10 star jumps, 10 star jumps. And what it does is it silences that fear, that procrastination, just enough for you to go, oh, okay, I'm going to go and do that. Okay. I've written some notes because you know what I'm like, I do like to ramble. So when you're in fear, when you're in procrastination, like I said, it looks like invisibility. It looks like shrinking. And what it looks like in terms of money is reduction. Okay. And that's not what we're here to do, is it? We're here to increase money. Okay. So yes, I get what you're saying. Like, fear is taking over, fear is paralyzing me. But here's the thing. Fear is a negative vibration. We know that. I talk about vibration all the time. And if you want to magnetize money, you have to align your magnets, because you will know from science and, you know, from playing around in science labs at school, you will know that when you put two magnets together, if they are aligned incorrectly, they push away from each other. Okay, so what you want to create is an attraction, the magnet attraction. So you have to get them aligned properly. So fear is that repelling energy. It's going to repel money. It's going to stop it coming towards you. Flip that over with some energy, some positive energy, even if you have to make it in your body rather than your mind, and it will attract the money towards you. Okay, very, very brief. That, you know, is much more in depth than that, but that's what you got to do. So when you think about fear, think about that magnet. How can I turn it over? How can I turn it over? So let's just have a look at the comments. Yeah, some of you just want to show you what I'm seeing, and it's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. So when you haven't clicked the link which is above or below this video that's got Restream in it, all I see is Facebook user. And absolutely right. Got to go earn some money. Thank you. Absolutely. Go earn some money. Go connect with it. And then we've got Marion here. Look, she has clicked this link, so I can see that it's Marion that's come through. 100%. Never shrunk before, but that's where I am now. Exactly. So we need to get you moving. Like I say, 10-minute walk. Star jumps, if you can do star jumps, you know. I can't do them at the moment. So for me, it's walking. So yeah, like, sometimes we convince ourselves it's our feminine energy, and actually what it is fear masquerading as feminine energy. So give it a go. And I'll tell you what, once you've done one, once you're visible, once you've talked about stuff, once you've stopped hiding on social media, then you can do another one. Like, we're not looking at a 3-year social media strategy here. We're looking at just for today, one post. Yeah. So when you're being invisible on social media, you're not selling. Okay. And what that means is you're not attracting all the money that you can. And that's what we're here for, right? So let me just check where I am with this. Yeah, I think I've covered everything. So the key points of this chat was basically, remember that fear is only loud before you take the step. It's only loud before you take the step. How many times have you almost not done something, but then when you've almost not done something, and then you've done it, and you're like, where's all that noise gone? I thought there'd be cheerleaders after all that. And so it goes from like, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, to, yeah, all right then. That's how your fear works. It's like an ego game that your mind plays on you. So I'm not a massive fan of the phrase feel the fear and do it anyway, because it's very masculine. But actually, when you're stuck, you just need to do it once. Just do it once, and you'll find that it'll be like a waterfall happening. Yeah. The other thing is, it shows up like invisibility. Okay, whether it's a job that you're going for or whether it's your business, fear will pretend that it's not safe for you to be seen. Well, the only way that you're going to really attract this, the only way you're going to flip that magnet so you're attracting money, you're attracting that job, you're attracting those clients, is if you actually do it. And sometimes you do have to fake the mind-body connection to get it working, okay? 10 star jumps are my go-to. I do them a lot because I get a lot of fear. And as I said, I don't think, when I started this, I thought, this is going to get easier. And it doesn't get easier. You'll notice when I'm in fear, I'm much quieter on social media, but now I'm doing something. I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to overcome it. And that starts with my coach doing the masculine side of things and me then doing it, and also doing star jumps, because I also resist my coach as well. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. So this is me saying to you lovelies, write the post. Be visible, whether that's in your job or your business. What do you need to do? What's the one thing, just one thing you could do today that will move the needle, as my coach says, has the opportunity to create more money for you, whether that's your job or your business? What's the one thing that you could do today? And then wake up and ask the same question tomorrow. What's the one thing? Okay. And pay attention to your fear. Notice how quiet it goes. Okay. Way back last week, I shared a post about my operation, and I was terrified. I felt sick. Even after I'd posted it, I felt sick. But after an hour, there was nothing, because I saw how people were responding. Now I'm writing these personal posts and I'm not even worried about them. Like, all that fear that I'd had for like 3 or 4 weeks beforehand, it's all just gone. Okay. Anna says, good stuff. Thank you, lovely. Thank you. So I want you to really think about that. Is your lack of visibility hiding something? Is it hiding fear? Are you interpreting that as, it's just not feeling in my feminine energy? And try the star jumps or the walk. See what happens. See what changes. Because what you need to do, as I said, is to rotate, flip that magnet so that it's attracting rather than repelling. We often don't know. Our brains are masters at deceiving us. So give it a go and let me know how you get on. And do remember, we do have the Money Alchemy Circle where we talk about this type of stuff. And it's really, really powerful because it's very focused every single month. I just saw a comment come through there. Maybe it's what people think is part of it too. Oh my goodness. Actually, you've just reminded me of an amazing tip. Okay. So for the longest time, I didn't post anything on my profile. And the reason was because I had friends and family who judged me and who, they haven't been very nice to me. Many of you know that several of my friends and family have been, frankly, I don't know, there's a lesson that I obviously am here to learn with them. So what I did is I worked with someone who told me that you can actually organise your profile so that you only show certain people certain things. But this is what I did, because I couldn't get my head around that. You know me, I absolutely geek out on the tech, but that was just too much for me. What I did is I unfriended them. And do you know what? They didn't even notice. My friends and family don't even notice that I've unfriended them on Facebook. But clearing those people off my Facebook, thinking about Facebook as for my business, that has really helped me. Now, 2 years ago, I wouldn't have done this live, because what if so-and-so saw it? And actually, the thing is, they weren't even looking. They were scrolling past me because they don't even like me. Do you know what I mean? So that whole what people think of you is a really, really powerful fear. And I've got a thought coming. That's it. I've remembered it now. Sorry, I thought I was going to end this a little while ago, didn't I? The thing is, what you do is important, okay? And if you don't do it, how are those people going to get your help? If you don't tell people what you do, how are they going to get your help? We often feel like we're imposters. Like, who am I? Who am I, Eloise Burton? Grew up in a really poor town, absolutely terrible with money up until recently. Who am I to talk about this stuff? But actually, if I can help you, shouldn't I be doing that? Like, isn't that what I'm here to do? So I reframe that by, you know, imposter syndrome, who am I to do this, to actually, who am I to not do this? If I've got something that can help you, I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to share it with you. That's what I'm here to do, right? That's what I'm here to do. So Rachel said made up stories. Absolutely. Like, we make up stories about everyone and everything, don't we? I was making up these stories that I couldn't go live on Facebook or post on my profile because those people would judge me. The truth is, they're not even looking at my post. They probably unfollowed me, you know, and they didn't even notice that I've unfriended them. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. The stories we tell ourselves. Fear is a story we tell ourselves, right? And it keeps us small. It keeps us in fear. It keeps us in procrastination. So get out there, do your thing, because people need you. People need the work that you've got. Even if you don't feel like you're an expert, then there are people that are several steps behind you that you can still help. Like me, I'm on my journey. You know that. I'm not made yet. I'm still on this journey. I'm doing really well compared to where I was 4 years ago. But I'm still on that journey. And you will all up level with me when I up level, because I'll have new downloads, new information to share with you. But I can't keep that to myself, right? It's important that I share that with you. So I want you to think about it like that. Think about, if I don't share this, who am I not helping? Who needs my help that can't get it because I'm hiding and being like, oh, no, I'm just not feeling it. Sometimes we have to trick our mind into action, and we have to do that by moving. Okay, physically, mentally, you know, whatever. So go and do that. Go and do that. And if you've got any questions, or you'd like me to answer any questions on these money musings, this was a really long one. I wasn't expecting it to be this long. Just let me know, and I will send me a DM, and I will do a video for you. So yes, let's just pop this on the screen. There we go. We are all work in progress, helping each other. And when we know better, we do better. Exactly. And sometimes, you know, that's why I'm sharing this today, because now I know what my fear is. It's just my fear. It's just a story that I'm telling myself. And now I know that. It doesn't make it easy, but it means that I can do better. It means that I can come and talk to you about this. It means that even when I'm scared, I can still show up, knowing that it's important that I do that. So absolutely. Fabulous. Thank you so much for joining, lovelies. Oh, we got one here. Let's have a look. It's been a great video. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you very much. Glad you enjoyed it. Okay, so like I said, any questions, drop me a DM, drop me a comment under here, and I will do a video for you. Anyway, have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon.